Good morning, friends. Welcome to Morning Motivation with Dr. K, where my number one goal is to give you a positive perspective. I want to talk to you guys today about something that I am learning in my master's certification program for Life Coach School. So one of the hesitations I had to join Life Coach School was that Brooke Castillo says that life is 50% positive emotions and 50% negative emotions. And I've always kind of struggled with that because I believe that we get the choice of what we think and how we feel about things. Good morning, Ashish. And I was like, well, if you have the ability to choose, why would you ever choose negativity? Why would you ever choose negative thoughts? Like, isn't the goal to always be happy? Hey, Stephanie. And something I learned yesterday that was kind of, not, I want to say revolutionary, but something that's been very helpful is that it's not possible to be positive 100% of the time. Hey, Lacey. And so let me dive into that a little bit more. So there's this song by Rachel Lampa. She's one of my favorite singers. Good morning, Amid. And she says, it's dark so you can know the light. Rain, nothing ever grows without you. It's one of those like opposite songs, like how would we ever know happiness if we haven't known pain kind of thing. And if we dig into that a little bit more, would you want to be happy? If the goal was to be happy, would you want to be happy like if you lost a friend? Would you want to be happy if you lost your job? No, like that doesn't make any sense, right? Like if something really bad happens, you don't want to feel happy, right? So one of the things that I had to challenge myself with is that every morning in my journals and my gratitude journals and that, I was talking about, what would make today great? And I'd be like, well, if I was happy all day. But the problem that sets you up for is that when you do have a human experience and when you do experience bad things, if you're not happy, you feel like you've done something wrong. Like you need to fix it, right? And then when you feel like you need to fix it, you wind up buffering, which means you wind up overeating, you wind up drinking, you wind up using some sort of vice, shopping, whatever it is, right? And so because you have this expectation on yourself that the goal in life is to be happy, right? So many of us think that the goal in life is to be happy. And we think of it as something that like, if only I had more money, I would be happier. And that would be, ta-da, like that would be arriving in life, right? If only I was 30 pounds lighter, if only this, if only that, because the goal in life is to be happy. Well, what Brooke Castillo challenges us in our class right now is that the goal in life shouldn't be happy. The goal in life should be to have a human experience. The goal in life shouldn't be to change who you are, but to learn who you are and to love who you are. And to be able to get to a place where you say, at my current bank account, my current weight, my current lifestyle, my current situation, I am content, right? Like Paul in the Bible, like he was in prison and was content, right? And so I think that that's really an important distinction because I'm always trying to give people a positive perspective, which I think is awesome. I think positivity goes a long way, but I also think it's really important to be honest with ourselves that like, you cannot expect to be positive 100% of the time. And the goal in life is not to be happy all day, every day. It's not possible. You would not want to be happy in really bad circumstances. That doesn't make sense. That'd be like a robot. Like I am happy. Like you lose somebody dies. I am happy. No. And the reason that good things are so good is because we know the contrast. The reason that joy feels so good is because we know the sorrow. And the goal should be to learn to accept all the feelings, to learn to accept the negative feelings, knowing that they're teaching you to be able to appreciate the good feelings when they come. And not to push them away, not to push away sadness and not to run from it and not to buffer through it, not to overdrink and overeat and keep ourselves busy so that we don't feel the bad feelings. But if we can learn to, as Anne Lamott says in Bird by Bird, if you can sit with a feeling, a negative feeling, almost like it's a friend, if you can sit there with it and process it and let it, just feel it, that discomfort, that anxiety, that quickness, that tightness, and you can let it come and you can let it go. And you realize that the worst thing in life that could happen to you is a feeling the worst thing that can happen to you is a feeling, then you can sit with the negative feelings instead of buffering them away. And then when the good feelings truly do come, you can appreciate them that much more. So I think it's really important that we distinguish the fact that it is not possible to be happy 100% of the time, and that should not be your goal. Because if you wake up every morning saying my goal today is to be happy, then when the bad things come, you're going to feel like you're broken. You're going to feel like you're doing it wrong, that something is wrong with you. And then you're going to feel the need to find vices, to find buffers, because you don't want to feel bad, right? But the secret and the trick is that part of life is that you have to feel bad sometimes. And you have to let that feeling sit with you in order to move through it and in order to appreciate the good when it comes, right? So I just think it's really important, because I know that I'm always about positivity and I'm always trying to encourage you guys towards happy, positive things. But I think it's equally as important to understand that life is not always going to be happy, and that your goal in life should not be to be happy. Your goal in life should be able to live a full human experience. One of my goals right now is to be able to process negative emotion without buffering. That when I feel anxious, when I feel sad, when I feel overwhelmed, that I allow myself to feel it, that I don't run from it, that I don't try to do something quickly to make myself feel better right away, that I don't drink alcohol, that I don't go shopping, that I just sit with it, that I let myself process the bad feelings, knowing that in processing the bad feeling and understanding the bad feeling, when I am happy, it's going to make it that much more beautiful. That when I am happy, it's going to soak in that much more, because I know the contrast, because I know what sadness is. I can experience happiness more fully, right? So it's something that I've fought for a long time, especially with Brooke Castillo in the life coaching school. I was like, no, I don't choose negative thoughts. I'm not going to choose to experience sadness. But in that struggle and in pushing it away, that's when I create buffering. That's when I start using vices, because in my brain, I'm like, I should always be happy. So if I can't be happy, if something sad is happening and I can't naturally be happy about it, well, I better find something that gives me a quick hit of happy, whether that's sugar or food or binge watching TV or getting on Facebook or whatever I need to do, because I can't feel unhappy. It's not okay to feel bad right now. Well, guess what? It's not true. Give yourself the grace to realize that the human experience is half good and half bad. That we're going to have bad days. The bad things are going to happen, but that you can get through it. That the worst thing in life that can happen to you is a feeling. It's a feeling, and you can process that and you can sit with it. And it's not going to be fun, and it's not going to feel good, and you're going to want to run from it. But if you can sit with it and not run, if you can process it, which is my goal right now, then when the good feelings come, they'll feel so much better, because you understand what the opposite is. So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I know this concept has taken me a very long time to sit with and resonate with. Good morning, Craig. Good morning, Christy. Thank you, Ashish. That's very sweet of you. Good morning, Danny. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Bilal. Good morning, Kevin. So friends, I hope you guys can maybe start to process this information. Allow yourself to sit with feelings. Like when you feel something coming, you're like, oh, here comes a bad feeling. I feel it. Just sit. Breathe through it. Meditate through it. Don't escape it. Don't run from it. Don't drink through it. Don't eat through it. Don't shop through it. Sit with it. Try to understand it. Understand how you feel when you're anxious. Understand physically what it feels like. It's not going to kill you. It's just an emotion. It's a vibration in your body. And if you can process through the negative ones, it makes the positive ones that much better, that much fuller, that much richer. And it makes the human experience that much better. So grace, grace, grace. All the grace in the world. Okay, friends? I thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you guys have a fabulous Tuesday. Love y'all. Bye.